I forgot to press. Now it is. Okay, now it's recording. Now we're starting.
Hi, we're in
San Francisco, Ocean Beach.
It's beautiful here. It's amazing. I mean, we've got, I feel like I'm in,
Here's the ocean.
it's a different world out here. It's just beautiful, beautiful nature, beautiful
We thought we'd
energy.
make a short video on our cell phone for the first time and talk about Yisro.
Yeah, the portion of the Bible this week is called Yitro, and Yitro was the name of Moshe Rabbeinu's father-in-law. And it says that in Parshas Yitro speaks about the giving of the 10 Commandments of the Torah. And as a prerequisite, there are certain things that it says that we need to do in order to be able to, so to speak, download the Torah into us, which is basically God's inner will, His wisdom. And we have to go through what they call the Exodus from Egypt. We have to go through the Red Sea, and we have to kind of relinquish all our old beliefs or
Programs.
old programs.
Get ready for the new download. Be an empty vessel. Be ready.
So what does those three ideas mean, right? So going out of Egypt, in Hebrew, the word Egypt is Mitzrayim. Mitzrayim comes from the word Meitzar, and that means boundaries. So you first need to leave your boundaries. You have to be able to get out of those boundaries. And that, which basically means anything that takes up your time for the wrong purposes, or any places that are not in line with your true purpose, you need to move yourself out of that. Like, give you a very small example. I have this habit of loving to open my laptop at night before I go to bed and watch just like these empty-headed TV shows from the past. You know, I just have that you know, inclination. But something told me that if I really want to become in line with my true purpose, every moment is precious. Time is so precious, and I mustn't use my time for things that really don't produce what I truly want. So instead, I decided
Focus your energies on know when to say no.
Know when to say no. So choosing something to read that is more in line with your focus, or just relaxing and letting go, emptying your mind.
Free yourself from distractions.
Because before you go to sleep, that time is very precious. So that's just a small example of going out of Egypt. Then crossing the sea.
Crossing the sea.
Is where you want to take a leap of faith.
Right.
So you're now about to go and venture into something new that you've never really done in your life. And it's something you dreamt about doing. And most of the nation did not want to go into the Red Sea. They saw the Egyptians running after them, which means your past is running and catching up with you. And in front of them, they see the sea, and they're like, how on earth are we going to cross this?
So you have to jump in with a leap of faith to believe in Hashem's going to do for you and take care of you.
So the story goes, here they are facing the Red Sea, and they don't know. They split up into 4 groups, right? So you got one group saying, let's go to war and fight the Egyptians. And another one is like, let's do just massive suicide because we're going to die anyway. And the others are saying, like, they started to pray. And what was the other one? There was one more. I can't remember what was the 4th one. Well, in any case, Moses started to cry out to God and say, what do I do? What do I do? Right? And he said, just walk forward. Just take one step and move forward, right?
Right.
So this guy named Nachshon ben Aminadav, Nachshon comes from the tribe of Judah, and actually King David came from Nachshon. And he had that Messiah quality in him, that he knew that if he needs to do something, you just take that step forward. And he went into this
No fear.
no feet, just started walking into the Sea of Reeds. Said, God said walk, so I'm going to start walking. And he took one step at a time until it reached up to his neck, and then it says the sea split. So that's the second prerequisite to get the Torah, which means to download your true self, your new self, your
And
higher
now
self.
in the time of Mashiach now, there's all the work has been done, and we have to. The Jews have to be a light unto the nations, and we have to fulfill our mission, and convince the nations to help support us in our mission.
So let's.
To bring holiness
You want to
down
talk
to
about
earth.
that a little bit too?
Yes.
Okay, but so let's talk about the third prerequisite.
Right.
Third prerequisite is the most important one, and that's Yitro. Yitro, Moses' father-in-law, was a top honcho on, all the different, sorceries and idolatries and astrology and you name it. He knew all about it, all those interesting spiritual stuff.
But by conquering Egypt, it became known unto the nations that the Jews, the Jews, God helped them to conquer Egypt, the superpower of the time. Egypt was the superpower of the time, and it's such a great thing that everyone found out.
And Yitro heard about this. Yitro's like,
So he had to help the Jews. He had to assist the Jews against Amalek.
What do you mean?
Didn't he have to assist the Jews against Amalek? Yisro?
No, he heard about it.
He heard about the greatness.
He heard that they had won against Amalek, and he heard about.
Amalek cooled them off. Amalek was and Yisro went to help them against Amalek.
Where did you read this?
I read that. I read something in the Chumash today.
But he was marveled at how
he
they
was
actually
marveled
won.
they won against the Mitzrayim.
Okay, we're mixing up a lot of different things, and I don't want to
Okay.
get too confused here because I've never read that. I'd like to see it.
Okay.
But I'm sure you read it if you're saying it. But I'm trying to stay on track.
In the Chayenu.
Oh, okay. But okay. So in any case, Yitro, Moses' father-in-law, heard two things: that the Jewish people had left Egypt and that they won a war against Amalek. And Amalek was a nation that basically couldn't deal with the fact that the Jews were able to accomplish so much. They're able to leave Egypt, and they saw them as a threat. And it says that Amalek cooled off the Jewish people when they waged war against them.
And Amalek means doubt. That somehow we have doubt.
It doesn't mean doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Amalek has the same.
It's almost like you don't take the jump. You don't take the jump into the Yam Suf like not Datan, like Aminadav did. Because of Amalek, you're afraid to take the jump into the Yam Suf.
I'm just going to finish my thought.
Okay, go ahead.
Amalek has the same numerical value as the word Suffolk in Hebrew, and Suffolk means doubt. So Amalek has correlation with the idea of doubt, and so that is also part of being able to receive the Torah, is to destroy all our doubts. And Yitro, basically, when he renounced all the idolatry